Remember when intimacy was spontaneous, confident, and fulfilling? That feeling doesn't have to be just a memory. Thousands of men are rediscovering that same satisfaction without expensive pills, awkward appointments, or medical interventions. And today, I'm sharing exactly how they're doing it. The truth about our bodies after 60 isn't always discussed openly. That gradual decline in testosterone, those changes in blood vessel flexibility, the reduced sensitivity that seems to sneak up on us, they're all normal, but they don't have to define your intimate life. What nobody tells you is how much our minds influence what's happening below the belt. That moment of worry, will I be able to perform? Actually triggers physical responses that make things harder, or rather, not harder enough. It's a frustrating cycle that feeds itself. Then there's the domino effect of health conditions that become more common as we age. Blood sugar issues affect circulation everywhere in your body. Heart medications can impact performance. And too often, these side effects get dismissed as just part of getting older. Here's what changed everything for me. Discovering that Johns Hopkins University research shows 40% of men over 60 can restore sexual function through lifestyle changes alone. No prescriptions needed. That number should give every man watching a surge of hope. Today's journey explores physical techniques, mindfulness approaches, and partner communication strategies that work together, like pieces of a puzzle, to rebuild what time has worn down. If you're nodding along already, thinking, finally, someone's talking about this, hit that like button and subscribe. This channel is dedicated to the health conversations most people avoid, but that make all the difference in our quality of life after 60. Let's talk about what's really happening when things don't rise to the occasion. It's usually about blood flow, pure and simple. Those blood vessels that once responded eagerly to the slightest thought now need a little more encouragement. Think of your blood vessels like garden hoses that have been sitting in the sun too long. They get stiff and less flexible. Progressive compression is like gently working those hoses back to their former flexibility. Here's the fascinating part. Your body already has everything it needs to create the same effects as those blue pills. When you apply gentle pressure in cycles, your body produces its own natural compound, nitric oxide, that helps blood vessels expand. You're essentially waking up a system that's gone dormant. Finding your quiet space is the first step. Somewhere you won't be interrupted, where you can focus entirely on sensation. Form a loose circle with your thumb and forefinger at the base. Apply gentle pressure for a slow count of 5, then completely release for another count of 5. The breathing pattern makes all the difference. Breathe in deeply during the release phase, feel your chest expand. Then exhale slowly as you apply pressure. This rhythm enhances blood flow throughout your body and keeps your mind focused on the present moment. The magic happens with consistency, 5 to 10 minutes, 3 or 4 times weekly. Within a few weeks, you'll notice morning firmness returning, quicker response to stimulation, and improved quality overall. These are the signals that your blood vessels are regaining their youthful elasticity. Some men discover that alternating temperatures enhances results even further. A warm washcloth followed by a brief cooling period can stimulate those blood vessels to respond more vigorously, like contrast therapy for your most important muscle. Remember, this isn't about instant results. It's about gradually restoring a natural function that's simply gone quiet. With patience and regular practice, you're rebuilding the foundation of sexual health from the ground up. Remember when lasting longer wasn't something you had to think about? When the challenge was holding back rather than keeping things going? That control can return, and often better than before, through a practice called edging. This isn't just about delaying gratification. It's actually rewiring the connection between your brain and body. Think of it as physical therapy for your sexual response system. The secret lies in understanding your own unique arousal patterns. Most men have never really paid attention to the subtle signals their body sends before it's too late. Edging changes that by teaching you to recognize and respond to those signals before the point of no return. Here's where the 70 to 30 approach works wonders. Imagine your arousal on a scale from 0 to 100. The sweet spot is maintaining around 70%, where you're definitely engaged but not racing toward the finish line. When you feel yourself approaching 80%, ease back to about 30% before building again. This wave pattern is the key to lasting control. Your breathing becomes your anchor during high arousal moments. When you feel that rush of intensity, take a deep breath through your nose, hold it briefly, then exhale slowly through your mouth. This simple pattern activates your body's relaxation response, giving you back the control you thought was lost to time. The first couple of weeks might feel frustrating. You're learning a new skill, after all. Focus simply on noticing. There's the feeling of approaching the edge without judgment. By weeks 3 and 4, you'll start maintaining arousal for longer periods. After a month of practice, many men discover control they never had, even in their younger years. The most common challenge is impatience. If you find yourself struggling, try reducing the intensity while extending your practice time. Remember, you're retraining a lifetime of habits. This isn't a race. Each session builds on the last, creating new pathways in both mind and body. There's a hidden power center in the male body that almost nobody talks about. That space between your scrotum and anus. The perineum holds the key to unlocking improved function, sensation, and pleasure. It's like finding the secret control panel you never knew existed. This small area connects directly to the internal structures supporting erection. It's also where you can access the prostate and pelvic floor muscles without invasive procedures. When this area gets tight or restricted from years of sitting and stress, it's like putting the brakes on your sexual response. Getting comfortable is essential before you begin. Lie back with knees bent or sit on a comfortable chair with good posture. A small amount of oil or lubricant on your fingertips makes the experience more pleasant. Place your fingers gently on the perineum and begin with light circular motions, gradually increasing pressure as it feels good. What surprises most men is discovering points that produce unexpected pleasure or release when pressed. These spots are unique to your body, like finding the combination to a lock that opens new sensations. The breathing pattern transforms this from a mechanical exercise into a full body experience. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts, feeling your belly rise. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. This rhythm enhances relaxation and increases blood flow throughout your pelvic region. Just 3 to 5 minutes daily creates significant changes, especially after warming the area with a hot shower. Some men prefer morning sessions for the energizing effect, while others find evening practice helps them sleep better. Your body will tell you what timing works best. For even better results, add simple pelvic floor contractions before massage. These are the same muscles you use to stop urination midstream. Gently tighten and release them 10 to 15 times to prepare the area for maximum benefit. One often overlooked factor is how you sit throughout the day. Those hours in front of the TV or at the computer can compress the very area you're trying to revitalize. A cushion with a center cutout can make a world of difference by keeping pressure off this vital region. What if the biggest obstacle to satisfying intimacy isn't in your body at all, but in your mind? For most men over 60, this is the missing piece of the puzzle that changes everything. When we're younger, the connection between arousal and physical response happens almost automatically. After 60, that connection needs more conscious attention. Mindfulness rebuilds that bridge between intention and response. The science is clear. Worry activates your body's stress response, sending blood away from your genital area precisely when you need it most. Mindfulness does the opposite. It activates your relaxation system, creating the perfect internal environment for arousal. Start with just 5 minutes of focused breathing daily. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and notice your breath moving in and out. When your mind wanders, and it will gently bring your attention back without frustration. This simple practice strengthens your ability to stay present during intimate moments instead of getting lost in worry. The body scan technique works wonders for reconnecting with physical sensation. Lying down comfortably, bring your attention slowly from your toes to the top of your head, noticing each area without trying to change anything. Many men discover they've been disconnected from bodily sensations for years without realizing it. Everyday moments become opportunities to strengthen this mind-body connection. Notice the temperature of water on your skin during a shower. Feel the texture of your clothing. Savor the complex flavors in your meals. These small awareness practices build the neural pathways that enhance all physical pleasure. When distracting thoughts arise during intimate moments, and they will acknowledge them briefly, then gently return your focus to physical sensations, your breathing, or your connection with your partner. With practice, this redirection becomes easier and more automatic. The most powerful shift happens when you challenge thoughts like, "I'm too old for this," or "My body doesn't work like it used to." Replace these with more supportive perspectives. "I'm experiencing pleasure in this moment," or "I'm continuing to discover new dimensions of intimacy." Your environment makes a difference too. Harsh lighting, digital distractions, and uncomfortable temperatures all pull your mind away from the present moment. Create a space that supports your senses: comfortable temperature, pleasant scents, and an atmosphere that helps you remain fully present. The journey back to satisfying intimacy isn't a solo expedition, it's an adventure best shared. When you and your partner approach this as a team, everything changes. The pressure lifts. Exploration replaces expectation, and connection deepens in ways you might never have experienced before. Finding the right words to start this conversation can feel daunting. Choose a relaxed moment, perhaps during a walk or over a quiet dinner, rather than right before or after an intimate encounter. Frame the discussion positively. "I've been learning about ways we could enhance our connection and pleasure together. Would you be interested in exploring some new approaches with me?" The way you express your needs makes all the difference. Instead of, "You never give me enough time to get ready," try, "I notice I respond better when we take things slowly." This subtle shift removes blame and opens the door to collaboration. Listening becomes your superpower in these conversations. When your partner shares their thoughts, resist jumping in with solutions. Instead, reflect back what you've heard. "So you're saying you'd enjoy more non-sexual touch before we become intimate?" This simple practice creates safety for honest sharing. Many couples discover that removing performance pressure completely, even temporarily, reignites their connection. Sensate focus exercises, where you take turns giving and receiving touch with no expectation of arousal or intercourse, often create breakthrough moments. The freedom from having to perform allows natural responses to emerge. Exploring pleasure beyond traditional patterns can be revelatory. The sensitivity of your neck, inner arms, lower back, or feet can create pathways to arousal you never knew existed. This broader definition of intimacy creates multiple routes to connection when the direct approach isn't working. The techniques we've discussed transform when practiced together. Your partner can help with perineal massage, reaching areas you can't easily access yourself. They can assist with progressive compression while you focus on breathing and sensation. This collaborative approach deepens trust while improving results. Creating a judgment-free zone is essential for exploration. Agree in advance that you'll approach new techniques with curiosity rather than expectations. Communicate openly about what feels good without criticism. Remember that laughter is healing. Not everything needs to be serious to be effective. When challenges arise, and they will respond as a team. Rather than expressing disappointment, focus on the connection you're building. "I'm enjoying exploring with you, and we have all the time in the world to discover what works best for us now." This perspective maintains emotional intimacy even when physical intimacy is evolving. Everything we've explored works together like instruments in an orchestra, each playing its part in creating something beautiful. Now, let's bring it all together into your daily life in ways that feel natural, not like another set of chores on your to-do list. Let's map out your first 30 days of transformation. Week 1 is about laying groundwork. Begin progressive compression every other day, start 5-minute mindfulness sessions, and make one small dietary change, perhaps adding a serving of leafy greens daily. These simple steps create momentum. Week 2 builds on your foundation. Add perineum massage to your routine, extend mindfulness to 10 minutes, and begin basic edging practice. Notice how your body responds differently as these practices begin working together. Week 3 brings your partner into the journey. Share what you're learning, begin sensate focus exercises together, and practice collaborative techniques. The emotional connection you build supports the physical changes you're experiencing. Week 4 integrates everything into a sustainable practice. Combine techniques in ways that work for your schedule and preferences. Gradually increase duration as your comfort grows. Celebrate the improvements you're noticing in arousal, firmness, duration, and overall satisfaction. Keep track of your progress, not obsessively, but enough to notice patterns. Morning firmness returning, quicker response to stimulation, and increased sensitivity are all signs that your efforts are working. This awareness provides motivation to continue. While these natural approaches work remarkably well, sometimes additional support helps. Consider consulting a healthcare provider if you have ongoing health conditions, take medications regularly, or experience sudden changes that seem unusual. The right professional can complement your natural practices when needed. The most beautiful truth I've discovered on this journey is that pleasure doesn't diminish with age, it evolves. The techniques we've explored today help you adapt to your body's changes while discovering dimensions of intimacy you might never have experienced in your younger years. I encourage you to begin today with just one practice that resonated most strongly. Add others gradually as you build confidence and see results. Remember that consistency matters more than perfection. If this information has given you hope or insights, please support our channel by hitting the like button, subscribing, and sharing with others who might benefit. Your engagement helps us continue providing the health information that matters most as we age. Thank you for joining me in this conversation that too few people are having. Remember, this journey isn't about reclaiming youth. It's about embracing the full potential of your current season with confidence, connection, and joy. The best chapters of your intimate life may still be waiting to be written.